I would like to know what toxic traits did you or your partner display when you were dating, and when and how did you figure that out? Whether it was your traits or their traits, like what is something that drew red flags and was very toxic for you?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, who is it on? My color's
I
yellow.
have my glasses on. I can't see.
Fuck.
Who's that? Blue,
No, it's not
red.
me. No,
It's
it's,
on beans.
no, it's you.
It's yellow.
It went
yellow?
off and it was yellow.
It's
It was
yellow.
you. I turned it back and it was yellow.
Okay,
It was you.
okay. I'll speak on that.
Well, there it is. The proof.
Okay, boom, I see it. I say, I don't know, like I said, I can't really speak too much on past relationships because when dating you and even dating other people, I don't even get into past relationships. But what you said?
I said, what is a toxic trait that you or your partner displayed in a previous
Okay,
relationship,
boom,
and how
perfect.
and when did you know it was toxic?
In a previous relationship?
Or current now?
Okay, boom. All right. So one of the things that I noticed about Amber that was very, very toxic, and I think not even just relationships, because when I look at stuff, I don't even look at it just as relationships. I look at it as in a life thing. Period. Was her communication skills sucked. Her communication skills were horrible. And me, if anybody who knows Drew, like I'm a talker. I can talk. I love to talk. I love confrontation. Once it's done in a tasteful way and respectfully, I love
You like confrontation anytime.
Yeah, you're right. It can be ugly
Oh
too.
my
You're right.
gosh.
It can be ugly confrontation too. I'm with that too. But I love confrontation. I love talking. I love talking. I love communication. So at the beginning, it was just like I hated if we disagreed on something and she just stops talking. Like to me, that's like okay, like no, you out of pocket now. Like no, you can't do that. Like I would get so frustrated when she do that. Like I hate that. So my thing, and your second half of the question was how did you deal with it? Mm-hmm. So, like I said, her communication was horrible, and me being a super communicator, it was like, what is this? But luckily, she ended up being with somebody who was super duper patient, and I say that's the only thing I really used. There was no type of tactic. It was no type of oh my God, what do you do? I just had to literally be patient and understand that in a relationship, sometimes you got to lead by example, almost. Like you can't even push. I can't just say all the time, oh, Amber, your communication sucks. Your communication sucks. You need to work on communication. You need to learn how to talk. Because by doing that, then it's just going to make her even less.
Somebody been reading a book.
Less.
I said somebody's been reading a book. This sounds.
You know I've been
this
reading
sounds very
books.
familiar.
You know it. Being in a relationship, you read books. You look up YouTube videos. Nigga, I'm telling you this for a fact. So I had to understand the point. Okay, her communication skills aren't perfect. But Andrew, remember everything that you do love about her. So I was like, okay, boom. My communication skills are good. So guess what? Whenever we trying to communicate on some shit and she goes down to that low level of just being quiet or being super duper defensive, Andrew, you don't have to go there with her. And slowly but surely, we'll argue. She'll go real, real low. And I'll just stay right there. And then she'll go right there. Then we'll argue again. She'll go real, real low again. But then each time I know it's okay. She's slowly but surely understanding this communication thing. And as time goes on, like patience. I think a relationship is all about patience, bro. Like with patience, you'll get over any type of obstacle that your relationship has. Love is mad simple when you really look at it. It's all about thinking outside of yourself and being patient. That's it. She's a human. Her communication skills aren't good. Okay, so what? I got a lot of shit that's not good about me. So what? We working on it, and all I could do is I can't be like on her back of her head. Yeah, communication sucks. Your communication sucks. I can't do that. She's gonna get it in her time. All I could do is be like, I remember times when we can, even still till this day, because the communication's still not good now. Don't get me twisted. But even to this day, she talks crazy, and I'd be like, you know what? Sometimes I might go there with her, but for the majority of the time, I'd be like, I won't even go there with her. I'd just be like, okay. And slowly but surely, she understands it, and I know we'll level out soon.
He goes there, y'all.
But communication was my main thing. And the thing is, I feel any good relationship, and like speaking to your topic, like you said, is I don't know too much about her past relationships, but I put money. A lot of that probably could have been dealt with communication. But thank God communication wasn't there, because now I'm here. If that makes sense. So it's like that. So boom. Next.
The same as far as like I don't know too many details about his past relationships. I think as far as like committed relationships, we're kind of similar in the sense that we haven't had many. So I know of a few things.
How many have you had?
Like committed relationships. Like maybe
I don't even know that.
maybe 3.
you.
He said 2 as an
Makes sense.
adult. I haven't had too many committed relationships, and he hasn't either. So we haven't really talked about past relationships, but I think as far as toxic traits, I would say the wavering like trust is kind of an issue, because there have been like experiences that has caused him to not trust, and I think he still has to like slowly rebuild trust in order to be completely like open and vulnerable. And I also think
what are some of the examples that you could say throughout y'all 6 or 5 months, whichever one you talk to, that you would say, okay, yeah, this guy has trust issues? Or did you notice that like more into the 6 months, or was it like early into the stage of the first month of dating, you're like, okay, yeah, I don't think his trust issues. I think he got trust issues.
I think it was one of those things where it was mentioned, but it was also like swept under the rug, and he didn't really make it seem as though, I guess it was as big of a deal as it comes off to be now. But I also don't know if it's one of those things that he didn't know it was as serious as it was, because like he didn't like really like see himself and deal with it. So I don't know. I'm trying to think as far as like the whole
I can see that.
you want
the
to, like,
whole
respond to
talking about,
do you want me? Never mind.
I was about to say, like, I think he is like still fuming about the fact that I don't mind having a conversation with my ex and that just be a conversation. I think
Ooh, you brought it up.
the
So that means I
fact
can talk about it
that
now.
the fact that he's saying like, I don't like it, you shouldn't do it, and I'm just trying to understand, why don't you like it, so I have more of a basis to be like, okay, cool, I understand why you said no, I'm not going to do it, versus like I'm still saying like I'm not going to continue to communicate with my ex if this really trying to cause like this big.
First of all, you've never said that until just this moment. You have never.
But I don't have to communicate
I'm not letting that slide.
I don't have to communicate that to you because you've been walking around sulking for the last 48 hours.
I wasn't sulking. I was upset. That's not,
y'all saw him earlier. He's been
that's not sulking.
You've been sulking. I don't have to sit here and say to you, okay, I'm not going to communicate with my ex.
Why wouldn't you? If you know that's a problem,
when you literally have made it into this big thing. So it's just like, okay, cool, whatever. But you also haven't made it make sense. Why does that bother you to this extent? When I'm literally telling you, it's like, oh, hey, how are you? Like, you have no issue if they were to hit me up and I have a conversation with them.
Sure,
but you have a problem with me hitting them up and still continuing a conversation. It doesn't make sense.
First of all, I'll add it to this.
It makes sense.
No, I want to hear Aaron's reason why.
First of all, my own personal experiences. That's one.
I think that's big. That is more of a contributing factor than what you make it seem.
No, I'm not downplaying that. Of course, I've seen this. I've seen this on multiple different occasions. Not even just me, even other people. I've seen this. I've seen it happen many times. So yes, my experiences do play a big role in that. I'm not downplaying that. But
okay.
So, and it's not even just your exes. It's anybody that you've dealt with on any level. And I've told you that too. Like, if you've dated them once, twice, 18 times, 38 times. If you guys have ever tried anything like that, no, I'm cool on it.
But I don't think that's fair that you're projecting your past experience onto me, and you're just assuming that
everyone's experiences shape their life and have their viewpoints.
Fine,
what do you mean?
You're really trying to make it seem as though any conversation that I'm having with an ex or somebody that I've dated or went on a date or two with, like, it's an issue.
To me, it is.
But I feel like that's the difference, is that I can separate the two.
My question is, why do you fight so hard? Why are those relationships so important to you?
Because we're friends.
That's what I'm about to ask.
thing.
Why is that important to you? Why, like, as far as complicated and how as hectic as life is between work, dating, and everything else going on, how do you even say, okay, find time to say, okay, let me go check on this person? Like, what is your theory? Like, why do that?
Because
do
it's
you
one of
think
those things
in
where it's
it?
like if you
what-
come
like,
to
why do
mind
that?
or if I see you on social media, oh, what's up? How are you? Like it's literally that. It's that superficial.
Oh, it's just
it's a
basically
human
that. Okay.
inclination to be like, how are you? What's going on in your world? Okay, cool. Nice chopping up with you. I'll chop it up with you. I don't know, the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months. This is not something where it's like, oh, I'm consistently talking to you, and I feel as though you have one issue with somebody that I went on a date with, and we chopped it up like, oh no, ain't nothing coming from this. We're better off as friends.
Don't
You
care.
have an issue with that.
Don't care.
But that's my thing. Is like you genuinely have an issue with
I
me
do.
being friends with somebody when we have an understanding where it's just like
No, because
No,
I don't think it's an
that's-
understanding. Because, like I said before, as a man, I know how men think. You just because you're over it and you're okay with that, I'm pretty sure you're the one who initiated. Oh, no, this is not gonna be friends. I will bet any amount of money on that. That he's not the one that said that.
But I also feel as though you cannot project onto me as you being a man, and I know how men think. No, and being a
I'm not
man
letting
and
you
you're
do
doing
that.
those things,
I'm not
you can't
letting you
project
do
it
that.
onto me.
I'm not letting you
No,
do that
that's what you
because I
do.
just said something. Now address it. Are you the one who initiated that?
I don't even remember. I really feel as though it was something
Okay.
that was
All right.
mutual.
Okay.
Like the friends
I don't
that we
believe that.
went,
I don't believe
the
that for a
friends that
second.
we went
I
to
don't
lunch
believe that
with,
for a
we can
second.
FaceTime them, and you can
I don't
have a
care about that.
But that's my thing is that
I
you
don't
don't
care.
ever
They don't know
want
what
to-
you did. They
You
don't know
want
that-
to
they don't know your
listen to the
conversation.
people that were around at the time.
I don't care
You don't
about
want
that.
the facts. You
I
don't want
care
the
about
proof.
that.
You're
That's
just
not a
taking
fact.
your emotions.
They're not you or him.
But no,
they are not you
but
or
you
him.
can say how
Okay,
you want
yeah.
to prove.
I don't care what anyone
Wait.
else says. You're gonna continue to
Why
do
don't
it,
you
or you're
like
not,
it?
Because I know how men are, and like I said,
Because
if-
you are
like I
projecting
said,
onto
if
me
you-
I think
that
it's
you want
because
to be
he's
a
been
man
hurt
and want to be
previously.
devious and you
No
want to
man
be
was like
fake. Like
that.
that's
Bro.
wild to me.
I'm not projecting.
What man was like that?
Because you're
That's
saying,
not
I know
true.
how men are.
That-
Because
no,
no, that's my
Bree.
thing is you haven't dealt with the
No,
fact
this
that
is-
you've
this
been
is
a
what I-
cheater.
I've never
before.
cheated. I've never cheated,
You don't want
bro.
to accept the
She
fact
calls
that
me a
you've been
cheater
a
because
cheater.
I was the other guy. How does that make me a cheater?
You're a cheater.
No, explain me that. No, answer this. Both of
I'm
you answer
trying to
this. How am I a
understand the
cheater
level of the relationship
if I'm the
Wait,
other
wait,
guy?
wait, wait.
Am I a cheater if I'm the other guy and I'm not in a relationship?
No.
Am I a cheater?